Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to our 7th and final class in our Foundation Yoga for Beginners series. We have an amazing practice for you today, some very interesting and unique yoga flows. Going to get some movement into the body, build up a tiny bit of heat for us before finishing on the ground for a nice relaxing restorative practice. We're going to be seated at the back of the mat, either cross-legged or on your heels, like I am here. We're going to tune in with the practice. If you have done the other 6 videos and you are on the final day today, congratulations, you have made it. Almost there. If this is your first video, it is perfectly fine to do them out of sequence. However, I do recommend going back to visit them at some point. For moving into our tabletop pose for a wrist warm-up, sliding the hands closer back towards the knees, staying on our toes as you rock back and forth. Strong through the fingers, pressing down through all 5 fingers as you rock back and forth. Internally rotate the hands a little bit, thumbs pointing towards each other, continuing to rock back and forth. Warming up the wrists here. As you externally rotate the hands, thumbs will be pointed towards the top of the mat. Continuing to rock back and forth. As you put the palms flat on the ground, fingertips facing towards the knees. If you want to intensify this a little bit, you can bend one arm and then the other, continuing to stretch into the wrists. Finishing up here, back into the tabletop pose, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees for our cat-cow, Bitalasana, Marjaryasana. As you exhale, pushing through the hands, arching the back, looking towards the navel, and inhaling, dropping the belly, lifting the chest, opening through the heart, lifting the gaze, looking forward. As you go back and forth between cat and cow, maybe rotating and going in these barrel cat-cows if that feels good for you. The most important thing is making this practice your own. Whatever movements feel good for you, whatever your body is telling you to do at this particular point in time, go ahead and listen to that. Have some fun with it. We're all making this our own practice. It doesn't have to be the most serious thing in the world. You are doing amazing as long as you're here on the mat giving effort. It's all that matters. And then bringing the hands forward a little bit, coming into our downward facing dog. Lifting that left leg back and up before reaching it forward. For our Warrior 1 pose, exhaling into Warrior 2. Keeping the left knee over left ankle as you exhale, reverse, right hand to back leg, left arm up and over. And inhaling, left elbow to left knee, right arm up and over. Before inhaling, coming back up, exhaling, windmilling the arms down and stepping back into downward facing dog. This is our dancing Warrior 2 flow. As you lift your right leg up and back, bringing it forward between your hands for your Warrior 1. On the inhale, lifting hands up. Exhaling, dropping into Warrior 2, opening out to the side of the mat. Exhaling, reversing the Warrior, left hand to back leg, right hand up and over. And we'll go ahead and drop that right elbow on right knee, left arm up and over your head. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, windmilling the arms down. And that's our flow. We're going to be doing that a few more times. Going to lift that left leg back and up. Reach it forward, stepping between your hands. Dropping that back foot at a 45-degree angle. As you inhale, lifting the arms up. Exhaling into Warrior 2. Moving into Reverse Warrior, dropping right hand to back leg, left arm up and over your head. And exhaling, left elbow to left knee, right arm above you. Inhaling, arms up. And exhaling, windmilling the arms down into downward facing dog. Maybe pedal that out a moment as you get ready for the other side. Lifting that right leg up and back, reaching it forward in between the hands, dropping the back leg. Inhaling, lifting the arms up. Exhaling, opening for Warrior 2. And reversing that warrior, left hand to your back leg, right hand up and over. As you exhale, right elbow to right knee, left arm up and over. We'll go ahead and inhale, lifting up. Exhale, windmilling the arms down, coming back through our downward facing dog. Building up some heat with that, you're doing amazing. If that was your first time with your Dancing Warrior 2 flow, congratulations. Coming down into your tabletop pose, getting ready for our child pose flow. Exhaling, coming into child's pose, dropping hips back. Inhaling, lifting the arms up. Exhaling into tabletop. Inhaling for cow pose. And then exhaling back into child's pose. Inhaling, arms up, look up, exhale, hands down for tabletop pose, maybe a little cow flowing through with that. As you exhale, dropping the hips back into child's pose. Continuing this flow, Bamanasa, Balasana, Vinyasa 2, our tabletop child pose flow 2. As you inhale, coming up, arms up, exhaling into tabletop. Inhaling for cow pose, exhaling back to child's pose. As you inhale, coming up, arms up, gaze up, exhale, hands down. Go for a little cow pose, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze. As you exhale into child's pose, hips towards the heels. You're doing amazing here. As you inhale, lifting the arms up, coming up, and coming back into tabletop pose, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze, exhaling to child's pose. Hang out here for just a second, letting the hips sink towards the mat. As you inhale, arms coming up, exhale into tabletop, and tabletop where we will stay. Get ready for our balancing table pose with knee to nose flow. So you will go ahead and lift your right arm forward, left leg back on the inhale. As you exhale, bringing them together at the center of your body before switching sides. Left arm forward, right leg backward on the inhale, and exhaling, bringing them together. Touching the knee and elbow. Switching sides. Continuing to flow with your breath. This will be the last bit of effort we have for this practice, so let's finish strong. You are doing amazing. I know we're building that heat. It's uncomfortable, but you are doing so well. Building yourself up for a better future. As you continue this balancing table pose, working on the core, activating the back, the glutes, strengthening the body and the mind. Switching sides on the inhale, extending limbs away from you. Exhaling, bringing them together underneath you. And again, inhaling, extending away, pointing through the toes, extending through the fingertips as you exhale, connecting knee and elbow. We're almost there, continuing this flow. And our last round before coming into our child's pose, Balasana, knees together for this one. If you really want the wide-legged variant, feel free to take that as well. But staying here in our child's pose, sinking the hips towards the heels. They very well might not reach, and that is okay. You can have the hands back behind you, palms facing up, if it's more comfortable for your arms to be in front of you. whatever is most comfortable. Just fully relaxing the body in this pose. Just a few more rounds of breath. And last round of breath before coming back through tabletop. Go ahead and lift the left arm up towards the sky on the inhale. As you exhale, threading the needle, left arm coming underneath you. Right arm can lay flat in front of you, maybe fingertips on the ground in front of you, above your head. Or if you'd like to take this for the full expression, taking a half bind, right hand towards your lower back, reaching towards that left thigh. Left ear, left shoulder on the ground, making sure your hips are level over your knees and it's not splaying to one side. Might push into that left hip as the right hip wants to come to the side, making sure that doesn't happen. Just come up on the inhale, exhaling before left hand down, inhaling right arm up towards the sky, exhaling, threading that needle, right arm down and through, right ear and shoulder to the ground. Again, maintaining neutrality in the hips, making sure they're level. And if you want to take this a little bit further, coming for that half bind, left arm around towards the lower back and right thigh. Staying here for just a few more breaths, enjoying this pose, sinking into it, before coming down to Sphinx pose on the exhale, shoulders over elbows, forearms parallel, either staying here or kicking one leg up at a time, flexing the left foot towards the glutes, relaxing that, and then switching sides, getting the right leg, stretching the quads a little bit, strong through the glutes, no pain, pinching, or discomfort in the lower back. And continuing to flex one leg and then the other, stretching the quad, feeling that flex against the ground. Do 2 more rounds each side. It's our Sphinx pose variation leg movement, Salamba Bhujangasana Pada movement. For dropping down for a quick crocodile pose, dropping head onto hands or forearms. It's our crocodile pose, Makarasana. We're moving through that for our scorpion twist pose. Go ahead and move towards the left side of your mat, extending right arm out to the side away from you, kicking that left leg up and back behind you, toes on the ground, for scorpion twist pose, Supta Parivrta Vrshikasana. And you can have that left hand wherever is comfortable if you want to take the half bind here as well to your lower back. And if you don't quite feel this stretch in the right shoulder girdle, right chest, you can unwind a little bit, crawl your right fingertips up at more of a 45-degree angle, and then retwist. And to take it even further, we'll do that, but put a 90-degree bend in your right arm. But absolutely no need to force it today. We'll go ahead and switch sides, left arm coming out to the side, right leg kicking up and back, right toes on the ground. Going for that bind with the right hand if you did on the other side. Otherwise, just relaxing into this pose. Enjoying it. The hard work is over. You've earned the rest. Unwinding. And on your next exhale, coming to your back for our half wind release pose. Go ahead and bring your right knee in towards your chest, left leg extending straight out in front of you. Rocking into that right hip socket, moving left and right, forward and backward. Again, any movements that feel good for you, that your body wants at this moment. You can stay still as well if that is what your practice wants today. Otherwise, left arm grabbing outside right leg, twisting right leg over to the left, left hand on right knee, extending right arm away from you and looking over your fingertips. This will be our supine spinal twist yoga pose 1, Supta Matsyendrasana 1. Final round of breath here before our reverse pigeon pose. Right ankle on left knee, lifting those legs up, either threading through, grabbing the outside of the shin or the back of the thigh, whatever is more comfortable. If you'd like to keep that left sole of the foot on the ground as well, you are more than welcome to. Otherwise, if you'd like to intensify the stretch, you bring the knees towards the chest, making sure to flex right foot for knee safety. You can drop your arms out to the side, not moving your legs at all, just dropping both of them to the left. So right sole of the foot is on the ground, right knee is pointing upwards, left leg will be flat on its side. It's our reclined half cow face pose, Supta Ardha Gomukhasana. And we'll be here for just one more round of breath before switching sides. Just dropping that right leg out in front of you, bringing that left knee in towards center. For a half wind release pose, again rocking back and forth, whatever movements feel comfortable for you in this half wind release pose. And go ahead and grab the outside of the left thigh with the right hand, twisting that left leg over to the right, left arm coming out to the side, looking towards your left, nice spinal twist. Again, sinking into the flow. And coming into our reverse pigeon pose, left ankle on right knee, threading left arm through, right arm around the outside to grab the outside of the shin or the back of the thigh. Again, flexing through the left foot to ensure knee safety, making any small adjustments or moves that feel good for you. And we'll go ahead and drop those legs out to the side for a reclined half cow face pose. The side of your right leg will be flat on the ground, your left sole of the foot on the ground, and left knee pointing up. Feel free to use your left arm to push into the knee if it's not quite pointing up, if it needs just a little bit of assistance. And one more round of breath before finishing up, coming into our corpse pose, shavasana, relaxing into the final resting pose. You have earned it. The end of our foundation series, our Yoga for Beginners Day 7. You have made it. Congratulations. We are only here for another 90 or so seconds, but I will wake you up when it's time to finish. And wiggling fingers and toes, any small movements that feel good for you before extending arms up and over your head, rolling onto one side and coming up. Thanking yourself for taking the time out of your day to do this practice. I know I appreciate you joining me on the mat today. I hope we enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I certainly hope to see you around for the next class. Otherwise, I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. And until next time, namaste.